Following on from the insane Robert Downey Jr. Doctor Doom reveal at San Diego Comic-Con this past Saturday, the details about how and why Robert Downey Jr. and the Russo brothers are returning are starting to sound either genius or desperate. Marvel, Kevin Feige, did everything possible, pandering to Robert Downey Jr. and the Russos to bring them back. These details are insane. And the fact they're shooting the whole movie, pretty much, in the UK means they'll be getting a tax rebate back because they're shooting in England, tells everyone that they're going to be spending so much money on this movie just based on the director's fee and RDJ's fee. They really wanted him back. So, yo, what is good, YouTube boys? If you're new around, make subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel DC Kaiju, Monsterverse, pop culture-based content that we cover here on a daily basis. Could subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know down below. Are you happy with Robert Downey Jr. returning as a variation of Doctor Doom? Me personally, RDJ is the Marvel GOAT. He is Marvel Jesus, not Deadpool. But I still personally think Cillian Murphy should appear as a variation of Doctor Doom. And as I've said on this channel for years, as soon as there's a huge announcement, there's going to be loads of other announcements and loads of other fake news, to the point where there's someone on Cooper saying that Cillian Murphy is going to appear as a Doctor Doom variant in the standalone Scarlet Witch project. They'll be adapting the Child Crusade and the House of M installment for this. As cool as that sounds, I don't believe it. I honestly think it would have got a much better pop if they announced Cillian Murphy to play Doctor Doom. Why? Cillian Murphy won an Oscar. He worked alongside RDJ on Oppenheimer. Cillian Murphy won an Oscar for Oppenheimer. Robert Downey Jr. pretty much won every award for supporting actor. They work great on screen together, so they've got to bring Cillian Murphy into this movie somehow. And we all know this is going to end with some variants of Iron Man taking on Doctor Doom. So why not bring Cillian in to bring Iron Man against Doctor Doom, Robert Downey Jr., but it's probably most likely going to end with RDJ taking on Iron Man, RDJ taking on Doctor Doom. Most likely will end with that way. So, yo, what is freaking good, YouTube? Wish you here if you're on the right. Make subscribe to never miss any of Marvel DC Kaiju, Monsterverse, pop culture-based content that we cover here on the daily basis. Could subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know, is this a genius move or is this desperation? Because, let's be honest, a lot of the fans are really split on this. Some people saying it's cheap, it's tacky, it's desperation, it's lazy writing, it's genius, it's trash, it's woke, Marvel's run out of ideas, and to be fair, it does seem desperate. The fact that they're paying Robert Downey Jr. insane money to return means they've obviously pivoted away from this Kang storyline, which they've been setting up for years with Loki Season 1, Loki Season 2, and Ant-Man 3. Yes, sure, they have technically closed that storyline at the end of Loki Season 2, if you want to say that. But it would be a shame if a variant of Kang wasn't explained, whereas Kang's gone, or at least mention it, even if they're not on screen. It would be a shame. So if you could subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on. If you could follow us on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. And also you could follow us on Twitter at WarstuG. So this is actually coming from a trade who are a little bit more reliable than the scoopers that make up information. Behind Robert Downey Jr. and the Russos' mega Avengers payday. So basically, Robert Downey Jr. wouldn't return without the Russos. That was his condition. Pay the Russos this, or else I'm not returning. And it's insane because Robert Downey Jr. will be getting paid considerably more money than the Russos. Absolutely insanity when you read what Robert Downey Jr. is actually going to be getting. Like, this is probably a historical moment in Hollywood in the sense of how much money they're going to be paid. So bringing back key members of the old gang won't come cheap. Some sources say Marvel is plunking down $80 million for Anthony and Joe Russo to direct Avengers Doomsday and Secret War. So seeing as there's two of them, that means they're both getting paid $20 million each per movie, which is absolutely insane because I don't know if you know this, but directors don't generally make that much money. But what's interesting is then it goes on to say, and significantly more for Downey to tackle the uber villain Doctor Doom in the two tentpole. The Russos' deal doesn't include back-end compensation, so they're going to make even more but it does contain performance escalators that kick in at $750 million to $1 billion threshold. The brothers will also produce the two films via their banner that marks something of the departure from Marvel, which typically doesn't work with outside producers preferring to keep them in-house. Obviously, they know that the Russos slayed it with Civil War, slayed it with The Winter Soldier, slayed it with Infinity War, and slayed it with Endgame. But this is absolute insanity. So significantly more. So that means Robert Downey Jr., there's lots of numbers flying around on the internet, but this is a trade article. So let's go by the most reliable source. So let's expect RDJ to be making at least $100 million without a kickback, because we all know he got a massive kickback from Infinity War and Endgame. And the amount of money that Robert Downey Jr. has reportedly made thus far from being this franchise is absolutely insane. He is one of the highest paid Marvel actors. In fact, he is the highest paid Marvel actors. But it's also interesting what else he is getting. So it goes on to say, according to one knowledgeable source, Downey is by far the highest paid member of the MCU and is pulled in between $500 to $600 million over the course of the Iron Man outings, the cameos in The Incredible Hulk, Captain America Civil War, and Spider-Man Homecoming. It's absolutely insane. Now, it also goes on to say, some changes in order. While the Russo brothers' previous two Avengers were filmed in America, Atlanta, the new outings will be filmed in London, beginning in the second quarter of 2025. I wonder why that is. Oh, wait, no, I don't. And it's also good because when they film in England, they have to show how much money they spend. And that's great. Although at the moment, if anyone can send me on Twitter, WarstuG, or Instagram at Warstu, I'm trying to find out exactly how much Deadpool and Wolverine costs. I can't find the numbers anywhere. But basically, when you film in the UK, you get 25% of the production cost back, basically, of how much it costs to make the movie. So that's going to help to pay these insane wages, because the wage bill for Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars is already at least $100 million each. And that's without this alleged 70 to 80, 100 characters appearing. Although Kevin Feige's basically debunked pretty much everything. In fact, Kevin Feige's actually exposed pretty much every scooper for making up stuff off, basically pulling stuff off Reddit. He says there's not exactly going to be crazy amount of people in the movie like people think. Absolutely insane how much money this movie is costing. But they obviously have faith in the Russos and faith in RDJ to the point where he's actually got some insane perks to do this movie. And I assume he'd appear in Fantastic Four post-credit scene. That appeared on Reddit 2 years ago. Also, it was said that a Doctor Doom was allegedly supposed to be in the Wakanda Forever post-credit scene. So this deal includes the following: a private jet, dedicated security on set, and a whole trailer encampment for the newly minted Oscar winner. Downey took home last year's Best Supporting Actor, but Cillian took the Best Actor. We should have got Cillian. I'm not against RDJ. I just think that Cillian is a much better actor. He really is. He slayed it in Peaky Blinders. He slayed it as a Scarecrow. He slayed it as Mr. Oppenheimer. But RDJ, it's interesting. It's a very interesting scenario. And you've probably realized and seen all the plot leaks and stuff coming out already on Reddit and coming out on the Twitter sphere when the movie has literally only just been announced. You got these people saying, Avengers Doomsday will show Doctor Doom consuming all of Loki's powers, and it's like a source redacted scoop. Of course, you blocked me, because scoopers don't like it when I call BS. There can't be plot leaks out for a movie that isn't even close to shooting yet. Obviously, we can all make predictions of, you know, the man behind the Iron Mask and the infamous Iron Man storyline. I don't think it's going to be a simpleton storyline. It is cool that we've got the original writers back, did the Infinity War and Endgame, which also means they're going to have a high fee as well. Irrespective, they're throwing a lot of money in between Avengers 5 and Avengers 6. But what was actually kind of disappointing is we got no Doctor Strange 3 announcement. We got no Scarlet Witch movie announcement. We got no real announcements for anything going forward. And obviously, we can assume that Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, etc., Thor, Captain America, will it all appear in this movie? So yeah, it's going to have a really, really high casting budget in the sense of how much the actors are going to make. So it's going to have to break $2 billion at the moment just to make any money. And of course, people say this is going to be the greatest, biggest movie ever. But that's not necessarily always the case, if you ask me. On recent performance, Doctor Strange 2 didn't even break $1 billion. Deadpool and Wolverine is doing very well at the moment, just under $500 million. And it released technically a week tomorrow in the UK. It's doing great numbers, but I guess until we know what the Deadpool and Wolverine budget is, it's really hard to say how well it's doing because sure, $500 million seems good, but how much did it cost? So apparently the budget is, the budget apparently is just over $200 million according to the internet. But so that means it at least needs to make just over 400 before market, but most likely more like 500-ish. And then with marketing, you're probably talking at least $700 million before that movie breaks even, but I'm expecting it to at least break $1 billion. Will it do no way home numbers? I don't think it stands a chance, but maybe it will. We don't know. We don't know if it's got legs. I mean, the Monday numbers were very good, so maybe it does have a leg. So likewise, guys, let us know, are you happy with Robert Downey Jr. returning? Is it a desperation move to bring back the Russo brothers and bring back Downey Jr.? Downey Jr. would only return with the Russos, which tells you he has no faith in any new director other than them. He literally was like, yo, pay the Russos this, or else I'm not coming back. And then he took a bag. I mean, does he really need private security, private jet, a trailer encampment? He basically wants a village to live in whilst he's there. Is it because he hates England? I don't know. So likewise, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Check us out on Instagram. Comment down below to help the algorithm. And I'll catch you in another video, guys, very soon. Catch ya later.